Guys, welcome back for another edition of Working Wisdom Wednesdays. I hope you guys have had an amazing beginning to this week, and hopefully you have some great plans for the remainder of this week. So, first things first, I have had an amazing day just because today was therapy day. Now, I think most of you know I'm a licensed therapist, and I am a therapist who's in therapy. And I definitely advocate therapy for everyone. I don't care who you are, what you're going through, what you haven't gone through. Therapy is so beneficial. And after working with patients all day, and then doing my own self-care, which is my therapy, it was so relaxing. Like, I literally came home, took me a nice nap, and now I'm just relaxing. But I really wanted to touch on the conversation I had today with a coworker who is a fellow millennial. Something that's really been coming up within my situation, my life, over the past couple weeks is how we tend to put these time constraints on our lives, right? Now, most of us will say, I want to be this and this and this by the time I'm 30. I want to be this and this by 40 or whatever. And we have these, most of the time, very unrealistic expectations of ourselves to the point where it causes a lot of anxiety, depression, and sometimes for some people, suicide, like suicidal thoughts, because we're not living up to those standards that we put on ourselves years ago before we knew who we were or who we were going to be at this or that particular age. So myself and a coworker, another fellow therapist, were talking about that today, and just our own personal challenges with that, where we thought we'd be at this point, and, had we met those goals yet, and while we hadn't met certain goals yet. And we reminded ourselves that we're still young. We're still young. We're not even 30 yet. And those of us who are, or those who are 30 and up, you're still young. And even if you're 50, 60, you still have so many more years left, God willing. And I think it's time to kind of find that balance between, working hard and grinding where you're not being complacent, and being realistic and not putting yourself in a situation where it's going to be too overwhelming. Sorry, I'm near airport. There's a fine line between that, because there are some people who are really complacent. They're comfortable, they're settling. They could be doing so much more with their time, but they don't. But yet there's some of us, myself included, who are like grinders, super ambitious. I mean, we set goals that are, like, for most people, far-fetched, unrealistic, but we know who we are, and we know that we can rise to those occasions. And sometimes it's like to our detriment, because although we can handle it, we shouldn't, or it's not healthy to put those levels of intensity on those goals. And so, my challenge for you guys, as we're working toward our career goals and our life goals overall, let's be more holistic. Let's take care of ourselves on this journey. Let's set goals that challenge us and scare us, but don't hurt us at the same time. And there's a balance there. And I think that's the pivotal piece of it. Is this going to hurt me? Is this going to damage my mental health, my physical health, my relationships, my longevity, my ability to produce long term? Is this going to negatively impact that? So that's the main question to ask yourself whenever you're setting those goals that are very intense and kind of far out there, because we don't know. Like, if you're super ambitious like myself, we don't really know what's normal. I don't know what's normal. I don't know. Literally, I moved to a new state this time last year, and I moved again within 1 year. I've literally moved in 2 cities in the same state in less than 1 year, with 2 children as a single mom by myself on 1 income. That's kind of crazy. Nobody would do that. nobody in their right mind would do that. There'd be too, like, and so, you know, naturally I had to ask myself, like, okay, my anxiety is starting to flare up again. Why? Well, look what you're doing. So I made it a point for myself. I love where I am now in my life, and just like literally location wise and logistically speaking, I'm stable now. And now I've planted my roots and I can grow now. I can rise. I can, like, there's so much I can do now just because I made up my mind that this is where I want to be long term. And it feels good to be in this space finally. But before that was that instability. And I think a lot of people in their 20s go through this. If you can relate to that, leave a comment below. You know, throughout your 20s, you know, kind of having those changes, like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And constantly changing your mind, and, you know, constantly, like, changes in relationships, career, whatever the situation. Airport. Or airplanes. I always say airport. It's so crazy. How has that been a positive for you, and how has it been a negative for you? Definitely wanted to hear some feedback on that point. But what I'm definitely not telling you, and I don't want anybody to take as such, excuse me. Don't slow down, because time is of the essence, right? Time is a valuable asset that a lot of people in the other generations, they admire us for. They are, they're not jealous, but they, like, I would say admire. Let's go admire. They admire us for the fact that we have time. We're still young. We're energetic. Reasonable within our situation, right? Not realistic in terms of society, because in terms of society, it would have you doing nothing and settling and staying in the same place 5 years from now. We're not going to do that. But we are going to take care of ourselves mentally and physically, and we're going to enjoy the ride. Like, the journey is so beautiful and exciting. And that, I think that was my aha moment within the last couple of weeks. It's like, you're 29 and you've done all this already, and now you're at a place of stability, and now you can just, like, experiment, be creative, network, grind, meet people, do stuff. Like, there's so much to do, and it's so exciting. With my children, they're older now. Like, oh God, I thank you for this space. I thank you for this space. Like, and I'm taking care of me finally. Like, I just love this place. So I hope that and wish that for everybody. I really do. And that's why I definitely encourage therapy. Even though of course I'm a therapist, and I'm not saying, like, with me, but, like, just in general. Take care of you. So I will see you guys next week. I'm starting my fitness vlog again because I have a gym here, so I ain't got no excuse, for real. And I will vlog about that, so definitely check that out. And I will see you guys next week. Comment below if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe.